welcome back to my channel. I'm Karina and this is Karina's Bookshelf, and I have another book haul. I went a little crazy again this time. I have a shopping problem. I do, and it's a shopping problem with books. But as long as it doesn't go to waste, I read what I buy and then I resell them on Pango. So if you want, you can follow me on Pango, pangobooks.com, and you'll be able to see some of the books that I sell. And I sell them cheaper there after I read them. If they're books that I want to keep, I keep them, you know, and those are the ones that I want to hold on to for forever. The other ones, if they're not, you know, something that doesn't really piqued my interest and it was an okay book, I end up selling it. So it could be somebody else's, you know, someone else's, I don't want to say trash. Somebody else's treasure could, you know, could be somebody else's. Well, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Anyways, back to our book haul. We have, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. Okay, the first book is called Done and Dusted. It's this book. It's been going around a lot. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it's hot and steamy. But otherwise than that it's also a good book. It's called Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I'll read a little bit. I'm only going to read a little bit of these synopsis and stuff, so that way it's not such a long video. But this book says she's off limits, but he's never been good at following the rules. For the first time in her life, Clementine Emmy Ryder has no idea what she's doing. She's done everything on her to-do list. She's left her small hometown, went to college, and made a name for herself doing her favorite thing, riding horses. But when an injury results in an obstacle she can't overcome, Emma leaves behind a career, an apartment, and a boyfriend for the hometown she spent her whole life trying to escape. Luke Brooks is in Meadowlark's most notorious bad boy, bar owner and bachelor. He also the unofficial fifth member of the Ryder family. He spent his entire childhood antagonizing Emmy, the youngest Ryder sibling. It's been years since he's been his best friend's little sister, but when she walks into his bar and back into his life, he can't take his eyes off her. So, I don't know, that is kind of spicy. Love smelling books. Okay, next book. This one is interesting. This is one I really want to read. It's called The Book Eaters by Sunny Dean, and I devoured this by V.E. Schwab. He did a little blog on that, and in the back of the book it says, this is the book eater, and the truth is found between the stories we're fed and the stories we hunger for. Out on Yorkshire moors lives a secret line of people whom our books are food and who retain all of the book's content after eating it. To them, spy novels are a peppery snack. Romance novels are sweet and delicious. Eating a map can help them remember destinations and children. When they misbehave, are forced to eat dry, musty pages from dictionaries. Devon is part of the family, an old and reclusive clan of book eaters. Her brothers grew up feasting on stories of valor and adventure, and Devon, like all other book eater women, is raised on carefully curated diets of fairy tales and cautionary stories. But real life doesn't always come with happy endings, as Devon learns when her son is born with a rare and darker kind of hunger, not for books, but for human minds. Wow. That sounds good. I can't wait to read this. That sounds so interesting. Okay, this one, I don't remember where I saw this or who recommended it. It must have been on one of the nights I couldn't sleep. I was browsing through something and someone said it was a good book. It's A Promise of Fire, The Kingmaker Chronicles. So it looks like it's going to be a series, and it's by Amanda Buchet. Kingmaker, soothsayer, warrior, mage, kingdoms would rise and fall for her if she is ever found. And the icy north, where magic is might and all-powerful elite, ruthlessly guided by a glacial queen, has grown to dominate the world. Now rebellion is stirring in the magic-poor south, where the first time in memory a warlord has succeeded in uniting the tribal nations. Stuck in the middle is Cat, circus performer and soothsayer, finally safely hidden behind the harmless illusion of the circus until someone suspects she's more than what she seems. So this is going to be interesting. Fantasy book, A Promise of Fire. So I like fantasy. This is going to be favorite for me. I don't know. Sounds interesting. I think I'm going to like it. And we'll see. We'll go from there. And we'll do some reviews on some of the books. On my next video, we'll do some reviews. And we'll go about what the book is about. If I liked it, if I didn't like it, if I want to recommend it. And then we'll go from there. The next book is called Bully by Penelope Cruz. I heard this was a good book, but it's really a hard read. Not a hard read as in like it's dark. You have triggers, you know, I think you want to check out what the triggers are in this book and see if it's something that you can stomach reading. From what I heard, it's, you know, it's pretty bad, but it's good. The line between hate and love has never been finer. It's a Fall Away novel by Penelope Douglas. I do love her books. I'm actually reading Credence right now, and oh my god, that's a good one too. And that's something you gotta have to stomach yourself too, because you know it's a story. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it is surprising, so be prepared. In this book, it's everything you heard about Bully is true. It's like nothing you've ever read before and exactly what you've been looking for. My name is Tate. He doesn't call me that though. He would never refer to me by a friendly nickname. No, he barely even speak to me, but he still won't leave me alone. We were best friends once, then turned on me and made his mission to ruin my life. I was humiliated, shut out, and gossiped about all through high school. His pranks and rumors got worse as time went on, and I made myself sick trying to stay out of his way. I even went away for a year just to avoid him. But I'm done hiding from him now, and I'm not going to let him ruin another year. Jared might not have changed, but I have. It's time to fight back. That looks good. I like that. I like when the woman or the person that's being victimized becomes the person on top at the end. I also got the Summer Girl novel by Elle Kennedy. I just thought it was a cute cover. I just thought it was a cute cover. A good summer book read, you know. Summer, it's not quite over yet. Summer's made for flings, but what if this one's meant more? It's about a college student, Cassie Soul, who hasn't spent an entire summer in Avalon Bay in years, not since her parents divorced and her mother spitefully whisked her away to Boston. Now her grandmother's selling the Boardwalk Hotel that's been in her family for decades. Cassie returns to the quaint beach town to spend time with family, re-in her 21st birthday, and maybe find herself a summer fling. And on her first night in town, she finds the perfect candidate, Tate Bartlett, Avalon's Bay fun-loving golden boy. So this would be a fun read. It's floppy. I like floppy books. So that's that book. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this one. This one I really, really wanted to read. And it looks very spooky. And lately I've been getting into these mystery and suspense books, horror books. And like I said before in my first video, I want something to really scare me, you know? I want something to scare me where I can't go to bed. I can't go to bed, and I want my kitty next to me. And I want my kitty next to me so, you know, if I get scared, she can give me comfort. And this book is called The Troop by Nick Cutter. I've seen it in places before, and I just kind of would walk by and just like, well, it looks interesting, but I wouldn't pick it up until I saw a review, again by Gabby Reads, I think, or by Olivia Reads a Latte. Oh shoot, I'm not sure, but it's called The Troop, and it's by Nick Cutter, and it's supposed to be really scary. It was the winner of the James Herbert Award for horror writing. Lean and crisp and over the top, disquieting, disturbing. Once a year, Scoutmaster Tim Riggs leads a troop of boys into the Canadian wilderness for a weekend trip, a tradition as comforting and reliable as a ghost story around a roaring bonfire. But when an unexpected intruder stumbles upon the campsite, shockingly thin, disturbingly pale, and ferociously hungry, Tim and the boys are exposed to something far more frightening than any tale of terror. The human carrier of bioengineered nightmare, a horror that spreads faster than fear, a harrowing struggle for survival with no escape from the elements, the infected, or one other. Ooh, that looks good. It looks like something scary and something that's out there to get them. Ooh, I can't read. The Troop scared the hell out of me, and I couldn't put it down. This is old school horror at its best. Stephen King. That's what he said. Maybe I'll read that tonight. Okay, and then we have, I think it was, Larry Reads. Is it Larry Reads? God, I got to get this shit together. Anyways, Julie Soto is my favorite writer, period. All reading anything she writes and love every second of it, by Ali Hazelwood. It's called Forget Me Not, and this is by Julie Soto. Here it is. And it's a wedding planner and her grumpy ex must work together to plan a celebrity event in a delicious, spicy, and funny novel from fanfic sensation Julie Soto. So that's what this is about. They gotta work together in order to plan a perfect wedding, and maybe they'll fall in love all over again. Typical love story, I think. So that's that. Next book is called A Lust for Blood, a Realm of Curses novel. I wonder if this is gonna be a series. But here's the book. I love the color. The blue is so bright. Isn't that beautiful? I love that with the orange in the back. It's so pretty. So this is A Lust for Blood. And this is from Casey Smith. Yep. And I don't know too much about this. It just says there is no escape when the monster is you. Oh, wow. When Oriana awakens in a field of blood and body, she is devastated to realize the patchwork of death was caused by her own hand. A curse lingers in the air, and there is only one option to save herself from further bloodshed. Oriana uses her magic to create an enchanted forest, imprisoning the monster responsible for the massacre herself. Garen was built a career around slaying demons. When he learns of centuries-old creatures locked away in the strange Phantom Wood, the opportunity is too great. He will stop at nothing to destroy the demon filth that lurks in those shadows, if only to satisfy his own hunting memories. Oriana soon finds herself caught in a cat and mouse game, fighting to keep her identity secret. As the two grow closer, secrets unravel, but could they each be the answer the other has begun searching for? I don't know. We'll see about this one. Oh, sorry guys, my nose itches. Ooh. Okay, this one. Another Rebecca Yarros. I love her. I love her books. In the Likely Event, Rebecca Yarros is the book that just came out August 1st. And here it is. And I really like the cover. I'm not gonna lie. It's really nice. Don't know what it's about. I just bought it because it was Rebecca Yarros, and I really like the cover and the cover of the book. I feel like she can't do no wrong in her writing. But it says, it's a second chance if you've never had a first. When Izzy Astor gets on a plane to go home, she isn't expecting much. It's the usual holiday travel experience, busy, crowded, and stressful. Then she spots the seatmate, who's anything but ordinary. Nate Fallon, sports dark hair, blue eyes, and a deliciously rugged charm that Izzy can't resist. The connection is undeniable. Izzy never believed in destiny before, but she does now. Just 90 seconds after takeoff, the plane goes down in the Missouri River. Their lives change, they change. Nate goes on a career in the military while Izzy finds her way into politics. Despite a few chance encounters over the years, the timing never feels right. Then comes a high-stakes reunion in Afghanistan where Nate is tasked with protecting Izzy's life. He'll do anything to keep her safe and everything to win her heart. Maybe I'll read this one tonight. This sounds good. Okay, there's that one. God, there's so many good books to read, and we have such little time. I want to read everything. I just want to gobble every single book. This one is a Riley Sager book. I think it's part of one of his books that were one on his backlist. This is Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. He also did Final Girls. He's really popular for that book. This book is breathtaking, brightly written, scalpel sharp, and altogether inspired. Two truths and a lie. So I'm not gonna read too much about this one. Yeah, this one, I don't know. We'll see what it's like. I haven't read any of his books. I just got the new one that just came out, and then maybe Lock Every Door, and then I have this one, and I haven't had a chance to read any of his books, so hopefully they're good. This one I saw at Barnes & Noble, and it just intrigued me a little bit, so I got it. And it's called Bring Me Your Midnight. I think the title itself made me kind of want to get it. Bring Me Your Midnight. I don't know, it sounds romantic, I guess. Darkly enchanting and lush. With its forbidden romance and gorgeous atmosphere, it's sure to cast a spell on you. And that was by Carrie Manscocco. She's the one that did the Kingdom of the Wicked. Stephen Garber also left a little blog on it. Adeline Grace who did Belladonna. So there was a lot of reviews, a lot of people who've written stuff on it. Oh my god, look at that. It's pretty matte. And look at this. That's after I take the cover off. Look how beautiful that is. In the back. Oh wow. I love that. He comes, oh, look at that. He comes alive in darkness, so darkness I become. That's crazy. So this is just the hardback I ended up getting at Barnes & Noble. I can't remember if it was young adult or not. But her life has been planned out since the moment she was born. She is to marry the governor's son, Landon, and secure an unprecedented alliance between the witches, her island home, and the mainlanders who see her very existence as a threat. Tana's coven has appeased those who fear their power for years by releasing most of their magic into the ocean during the full moon. But when Tana misses the midnight ritual, a fatal mistake, there's no one she can run to for help until she meets Wolf. Sounds good. We'll see about that one. Now this one, my mother-in-law had came down and this past weekend, so that's why I hadn't put up a video sooner, or else, you know, I want to put up a lot of content, and that's why I'm saying maybe by my next video, I'll go over the books that I have read and talk about them from there, and then, you know, make some books recommendations and stuff. But with this one, a friend of me has also recommended me this book, and she said it was great. And then my mother-in-law has showed it to me as well when she was visiting. She had asked if I had read this book, and I haven't seen this book before, and I said no. And I don't really read literally fiction. I'm mostly into nonfiction and fantasy, romance, horror, you know, sometimes a little bit of literary fiction, historical fiction. It just depends, you know, and that's how I feel about this one, that it's like a literal fiction book, but they say it's great. And it's a woman who has a relationship with the octopus, a woman who's trying to solve a case, and supposedly the octopus is the one that helps her and also bonds with her to help solve the case. So it's just interesting, a little bit out of the box, but I wanted to get it and read it. Wording is great. It's big, it's not small. It just looks like a perfect fiction book. I can't wait to read it. So we'll see how it goes. It had good reviews. It really did. Almost there, guys. I don't know if I showed you this yet, but this one's Immortal by Chloe Gong. I don't remember if it was in my last haul, but it's about Immortals by Chloe Gong. Let's see. It's an adult epic fantasy debut inspired by Shakespeare, Antony, and Cleopatra. It's a fairy collision of power plays, spilled blood, and romance amid a set of deadly games. So, that's Immortals by Chloe. Oh, I haven't read any of her books either. This one, oh, should I take the tape? Oh well, I'll take it off later. I got it at Target, and it's Yellowface. Hear a lot of people talking about this book. They say it's pretty heavy. It's Yellowface, one of the most trend-fixing novels I've read in ages. Yellowface is brilliant satire, though provoking, thrilling, and hitting a little too close to home, a must-read commentary on the line between representation and exploitation, and these are willing to cross it for fame. Wow. Anyways, they said it's pretty deep, so I got it. Tried to read it and see how I feel about it. And the last one, I've been trying and wanting to read it so bad, and it's about it's fantasy, maybe sci-fi. It's by Brandon Sanderson, and it's Tress of Emerald. Tress of Emerald. In the back it says, "Dear reader, I started writing this in secret as a novel just for my wife. She urged me to share it with the world and alongside 3 other secret novels. With the support of readers worldwide, it grew into the biggest Kickstarter campaign of all time. I'm excited to present the first book to you at last, a different type of Brandon Sanderson story, one I wrote when there were no time constraints, no expectations, and no limits on my imaginations. Come to part of the magic, Brandon Sanders." Wow. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. That's the inside. It's beautiful. I like that. I'm excited to read this one. The only life Tress has known on her island home in an emerald green ocean has been a simple one, with the simple pleasures of collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to the stories told by her friend Charlie. But when her father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sources of the deadly Midnight Sea. Mend the spore oceans when pirates abound. Can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place sailing a sea where a single drop of water can mean instant death? So that one sounds interesting too. And this is probably going to be a series as well. So that's all the books. There's no more books. So I don't think I'm going to go for another haul. I love hauls. I do all kinds of... I just love hauls. I have so many books that I can show you guys that I haven't even had a chance to haul them. But I'll get to them. But our next video, I'll try, like I said, I'll talk about the books that I've read. I'm reading about 10 books a month, and trying, depending how big the books are. And then what I'll do is, like I said, I'll go over them with you, and we'll go from there. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun with it. If you have any questions, leave comments down below in the comment section. And I hope I get to see you guys again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a supporter. And I hope if you're new, press the subscribe button and press the like button. And I hope to see you guys soon, okay? Bye.